Well, that warning from the IMF comes as political, business, and cultural leaders are attending the World Economic Forum in Davos. The annual get-together is seen as a chance to come up with plans to solve the world's biggest problems. TRT World presenter Ghida Fakhry joins us now live from Davos. Hi, Ghida. So they are supposed to come up with some solutions. Tell us first how the world's business and political elite are actually responding to this latest IMF forecast in Davos so far.
Well, you're right, Andrea. I mean, this meeting this year, this annual World Economic Forum gathering, takes place against this outlook, this backdrop of growing concerns, both economic and political. I mean, the World Economic Forum itself, just a couple of days ago, ahead of this meeting, came up with its global risks outlook for 2019. And they highlighted all of these rising geo-economic, geopolitical tensions, including confrontations between the world's major powers. But as you rightly point out, I think what is happening here is that all these powerful and rich business leaders and obviously political leaders around the world, some 65 of them, we're told, 65 heads of state and government and leaders of political international organizations, will be gathering at a time when the world is looking on and wondering what kind of solutions they have to offer. The World Economic Forum wasn't mincing its words in its last report when it said that if the world doesn't find a way to solve some of these challenges, then it'll be much more difficult for everyone to deal with this extreme gap between rich and poor around the world, this growing inequality. And this is the kind of message that some of the other people who are attending, some of the 3,000 people attending from over 110 countries, members of civil society, will be bringing here to tell the world leaders that we need you to do more to create what they say is a very much needed global architecture for this new age in which we live. So the focus will be on the word globalization and the need to look for new global governance models, they say, that are based on the words peace, inclusiveness and sustainability. But Andrea, as you well know, I don't think very many people associate the word inclusive with this meeting here in Davos.
Absolutely. I mean, so tell us then, who will a lot of the cameras be focused on this year of the people attending, and who's kind of looked at most to maybe come up with some answers to some very serious global economic problems that we're facing?
You know, I think this meeting will be as notable for who is here as it is for who won't be here. I mean, of course, we know that the American President Donald Trump decided not to come, having enough on his hands to deal with the government shutdown back home. Emmanuel Macron, same thing, dealing with an internal domestic issue, the ongoing protests. Theresa May, as we know, the whole Brexit negotiations issue. But there will be others attending, the usual suspects. The Chinese, not in the form of the president, but the vice president will be here. The Prime Minister of Japan, Shinzo Abe, the German Chancellor, Angela Merkel, and a whole host of other leaders, presidents of Rwanda and Uganda, the prime ministers of Israel, Norway, New Zealand, the new president of Brazil as well, to name but a few, and the heads of organizations like NATO, the UN, the IMF, organizations that are also feeling that it is time to maybe look at ways to keep them relevant, as also this established global order is being chipped at every day. So some of the usual people attending, some of the ones you'd expect to be here aren't. But I think a lot of people around the world will be watching again and wondering if these people here in Davos will be representing them, or if they will be yet again left behind the curve, literally left behind, while the leaders put on this show this whole week here in Davos.
Okay, Ghida, joining us live there from Davos in Switzerland. Thanks so much for that.